Janice, as we look at all the live shots throughout the tri-state, it just looks like more and more snow is falling.
Well, it is. This is the time period when we expected the heaviest snow bands to move through the area, and it's going to continue through at least 2 o'clock in the morning, when we'll continue to see the snowfall rates of 1 to maybe 2 inches an hour. So this is the worst of the storm that we're seeing right now, but it's got several more hours to go. Especially along the coast is where you're going to see some of the high amounts. There could even be a few spots just inland that may get some of those higher amounts of 10 to 14 inches as well. A foot or more in spots, and that's what we're talking about. Gusty winds, it's causing whiteout conditions. The visibilities are below a mile, in some cases below a half mile. So that doesn't bode well for travel whatsoever. Gusty winds are bringing the wind chills down to dangerous levels between -20 and -30. So a lot of people may be trying to get out and shovel as well. And just remember that you've got to be prepared for the cold that's out there. This is similar to the cold wave that we saw just a couple of weeks ago when that polar vortex air came into the region. Here's a look at live radar now. Bedford, Danbury, Stamford, all getting moderate snow. Bridgeport, back towards Greenberg, also across Long Island. You're seeing heavy snow in Seaford, West Babylon, and Islip and Oak Beach, and down towards the Jersey Shore as well, and even parts of central New Jersey. Here's that clipper that came out of Canada a couple of days ago. That's the energizer for the coastal storm that's forming offshore, and it's intensifying. So Future Tracker shows snow in place now through 6 o'clock, through 7 o'clock, through the evening to midnight. We'll start to see fewer bands, but still some heavy bands near the coast. And then around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it's starting to taper off and moving offshore. In the meantime, we have winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories. That's pretty much all of the counties for heavy snow and wind, but particularly these areas shaded in pink. If you're north and west, not as much. But you've got the wind chill alerts. Advisories and warnings in effect for wind chills as cold as -30. Through noon on Wednesday. Raphael, Miranda has more on the storm, the cold, the snow totals out there. What's going on, Raphael?
Yeah, Janice, the cold and wind, the nasty combination that you're talking about here. Now, this snow that we've seen already is going to stay for quite some time because of the brutal cold that's heading our way. This is what we've racked up so far, only in the first stage of the storm. Already over half a foot in Lindenhurst, Long Beach, close to half a foot of snow. Bayside, 4 inches in Sheepshead Bay. You've seen 3 inches of snow. New Jersey, again, close to a foot in some spots. Manalapan, 9 inches on the ground already and still snowing there. Freehold, 7.5 inches, and Newark, 4.6. That's a record for the date, and we're still snowing heavily around Newark Airport. So by the time it's all said and done, 10 to 14 inches of snow on the ground from New York City south and east. And again, it tapers down as you head north and west of the city, probably 8 to 10 in places like Westchester and Fairfield County, 5 to 8 inches as you head farther north. Now, take a look at the 7-day forecast because this cold is serious and it's going to stick around right into the weekend. Overnight low temperatures repeatedly in the single digits, wind chills well below 0. The next time we see freezing, Saturday, and then we're back to the 20s. So again, everything that we get today is not going to melt for many, many days ahead. So get used to the cold and protect yourself. Tom and Sheba.